instant death. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Follow for Mods for the PS4. Today, guys, we're going to be checking out one mod, and that is the Maple Manor Player Home PS4 exclusive, and it's by Sync08, and it requires all of the DLC in order to access it. Now, guys, I know I always say this, but I did look through this mod before I actually recorded this, and it is hands down the best player home mod I have ever seen on PlayStation so far, at least that I can remember. If you have all the DLC, definitely download this mod. I'm sure you guys will fall in love with it, and I'm going to give you guys a detailed guide through it, and we're going to look through the whole entire thing. So, the location of where to find this mod is if you go a little northwest from Ten Pines Bluff, it'll have its own custom map marker on the map. You can look and you can find it, but be very cautious because, as you can see, I'm just gonna get shredded over here in just a second. These turrets turn on and I'm about to die, actually. Wow, they are ripping me apart. There are turrets here. Now, there is a way to turn them off, and you cannot destroy these turrets as far as I know. I was landing a bunch of bullets into them and nothing was destroying them. So, what you're gonna want to do is go around from the front over to the side over here, and there is actually going to be a key card and an actual key to open up the main gate for the place. So as you can see, we're just going to go along the side. Watch out, because there is another turret on the side over there, and yeah, near this ladder that is fallen over, you can see there is a duffel bag right here, and inside there is the Maple Manor keys to the main place, as well as a rear gate key. You could take that, as well as there are also holotapes. Now, what Sync did is he decided to make all of the holotapes so you could play the individual songs from every radio station, which is really cool. So if you see a CR in front, that's the classical radio, which you could find all throughout this place, and they have their each individual songs, as well as there's ones for Diamond City, the Minutemen Radio, and all of the other radio stations, and I'll show you guys the locations for those that you could play individually. So that's really awesome right there, as well as don't forget this key card. So we're going to examine it, and it says, I recall a conversation which explained how these prototypes were used in the army long before the bombs fell. These cards were designed to scan the fingerprints of an ally, removing him/her from the threat lists of military defense turrets. Pick up the card to start the fingerprint scan. So we're going to stop examining it. Now we're going to actually take it. So now we have the MKX-MG target recognition card. You place your index finger over a plate on the card, it positively beeps. So now the turrets went from hostile to friendly, so they're not going to attack us anymore. So we're going to go inside and actually take a look at this place, or not inside yet. We're going to take a look at the exterior first. So right over here, straight off the bat, we have a decontamination machine. If we inspect it, we can see that it says this machine is pretty advanced. It's filtering out all kinds of contaminants from the pond's water. A small panel in the front indicates that it's being powered via solar cells, so you can stop inspecting that. And there's actually solar panels on the roof. We'll take a look over there. You can see there are solar panels with wires going over to like that box over here on the side, and yeah, I'm guessing that's what is powering that. You can go in and you can see that you could drink this without getting any rads, so that's pretty awesome right there. As well, there are some fish inside of here. Look at that. Got some fish inside of the pond. So let's get out of here and check out the rest of the place. Inside of the gate right here, we're going to open it up with the Maple Manor keys, and this is a really awesome feature. Now, all throughout the outside, you're going to see that there are fresh everything. There's fresh carrots. You can grab these and harvest as many as you want to grab. And then on the wall over here, we have fresh tarberry if you want to take that, as well as there's fresh corn you can harvest. Got a doghouse over there, and just going through. Now, this is a cool feature which we'll get to in a second, but you could see that the windows are boarded up. You could actually take those boards off of the window when you get inside. But looking around over here, just some more detailing throughout the place. We've now discovered the Maple Manor interior, and again, there's more fresh, things that you could harvest over here, as well as I really like that little view. A little bench area with a tree in the middle. Really nice looking indeed. But outside, we have two power armor stations. opens right there. And then going over here, there is a garage door which is locked. You're going to need a key card to get inside of that, and you could also open up that gate right there. We're going to grab the key card really quickly to show you what is inside of the actual garage, and you could find the key card right here underneath the welcome mat of the front door over here. So you grab the garage key card, and it is a key card made from solid silver used for opening the nearby garage. So we're going to take that and go over to the garage and check out what is inside. So if we open up the garage door, we're going to swipe the key card through. It opens up, and now we have our own little chem lab inside of here. There's a periodic table over there, and it's like themed to be like a hazardous material themed yellow, and it looks really cool. These look custom as well, and you can close the door like that and be working in privacy on whatever chems you want to make. But we're going to get out of here, and that's pretty much it for the outside for right now. We're going to go inside and actually check out the main features inside. So let's go in. And yeah. Alright, so now we're inside, and you can see that it is trashed in here. And we have a message that pops up once we move a little closer inside to the main area, and it says, "This house is in poor shape, but not beyond repair. Thick dust indicates that nobody's been here for a long time. With the defenses now on my side, I can consider calling this home. The workbench is now available. Read an object's name before scrapping it. Some can be restored." So that's that right there, and you can see, once again, I'm going to turn my Pip-Boy light on just for a better view for you guys, that yeah, it is just trashed in here. There's blood all over the place. Looks like there was a fight inside of here, and yeah, just really destroyed. But have no fear, you could fix this up without a doubt, and I will show you guys that in just a little bit. But going through here, we could see that this is the main living room area, and there's a bunch of themed storage areas right here. So you could see that straight off the bat, we have a bobblehead collection. You could add things into the bobblehead collection, put your bobbleheads there. And just starting at the front door, we have a satchel and a bag you could put items in if you want to, as well as there's a fuse box there, and you could, you know, link power throughout the place if you want to do that. Now going over here, we could see that there's again more themed storages which are throughout the entire place, and this is like your entertainment cabinet. Over here you could see we have tokens and medallions, lunch boxes, tickets, and down there is the Robco game magazines, as well as again another classical radio song. Now going over to here, you can see there's a Pip-Boy that's turned on over there, and we'll look at it without the lights on. That is a really nice looking glow. I really do like that, as well as the box for the Pip-Boy. Now this is really cool right here. We have a Deathclaw figurine. If you click on it, it makes a noise. And yeah, really cool feature, and you're going to see more of those throughout this mod. But let's clean this room up because it's really messy, so we'll do that right now. Let's go into the workshop mode. And what we could do is we could scrap all of this rubble and debris. We can get rid of these boxes and plywood, and as you can see, the more we scrap, the more that just gets fixed up. See, like it just gets rid of all of the debris and nastiness. And this right here, if we scrap the ash, you could rebuild the fire. So you can see it turns the fireplace on, and look at that. That looks really, really nice. Anyway, though, we're going to scrap some more items, and you can see that gets rid of the mess over there. And we'll just scrap the ottoman as well. And if we get rid of these, again, just cleaning up the area even more. And like I said, guys, you can get rid of these planks, and now you could see to the outside. And if you go outside, you can actually see that the planks have been removed. So it's a really, really cool feature that I think that's awesome. But anyway, you can see that there's boxes of junk. If you scrap them, that'll give you a lot of resources from them because, you know, it's a box filled with junk. So we're going to go inside of the kitchen area and check this out over here. And before I forget, there is a book on the piano, and if you click on it, it says you quickly read and learn the 2 pieces of short music. So there we go. Now we could play some music for the mysterious stranger. So there you go, you could play some music if you would like to. Anyway, we're gonna go through into this room, and oh my, the kitchen has been completely destroyed. I mean, look, there's a piece of the ceiling that fell through right here. There is just dust everywhere, and it does not look good at all. Very, very messy. So we're gonna clean this up right now. Going into the workshop mode, we're going to scrap all of this debris. We'll put the chair back at the table right there and and just fix all of this up. We'll remove the planks of wood or boards of wood from the actual windows themselves, and now again we can see outside to that nice little seating area out there. And yeah, let's clean up all of this debris and mess. So get rid of this old fridge, scrap that, clean all of this mess up. Just look at this, it's going to get rid of all of the mess. You could repair the wall right there, and the ceiling did fall out. So if we go and click on it and we could scrap this part right here, you could scrap and repair the broken floor. So there you go, that's fixed, and the debris on the ground has been removed as well. And if we go over here, we get rid of this broken chair. It'll clean up the area over there. And yeah, so let's take a look at the actual kitchen itself now. So we have a bunch of themed storages yet again, a freezer in there which you could store items in if you would like to. Bottles of Vim can go there, and your Nuka-Cola could go there as well as there are cupboards and drawers that you could store things in as well. So right here, we'll go back into the workshop mode really quickly and check this out, which is really cool. If you scrap the ash right here, you can rebuild this, and you could use this griddle and use it to make food, and especially the new feature, which is canned food, which helps out especially in survival mode. So if you get the fresh carrots and you have aluminum and purified water, you can make fresh carrots in a can, canned corn, and it'll increase your healing rate. And yeah, it's very, very helpful, especially for survival. So in here we can see there's more themed storages for veggies and fruit. We'll open up the cupboard doors right here, and there's some boxed food storages and canned food storages over here, as well as spots to put your bowls and plates and pots and pans and drinking ware over there. And I always love the touch of a nice Nuka-Cola clock. Always is nice. And a mug tree right there, you can put your mugs. It's stated in the description, if you have the Slocum's Joe downloadable creation from the Creation Club, if you have that, you can actually create black coffee from here. Now I'm pretty sure it would probably be this machine that you would be able to do it at, but I don't have that add-on, so I'm not able to actually access that right now. But anyway, you have storage for bottles of wine, liquor, beer, water cans, and cartons, and then we'll open this up, and spots for your cigars and cigarettes and ashtrays and lighters. Now going inside of this room right here, this is where the workshop is actually located at, and we'll go back into the workshop mode and we'll start scrapping even more things. And speaking of the workshop mode, now all of the workstations are linked except for the workshop. So if you want to put something in your chem station, it'll link to your armor workbench, but it just won't link to your actual workshop like this. So that's the only difference. But again, yeah, that's pretty much it for this room right here. We'll go out that door last. We'll save that for the final part, but let's go upstairs and check out the next room, the top floor. So up here we can see that there's a lot to look at, and I mean a lot. But first off, let's start repairing this place and fixing it up. So going back into the workshop mode, we're going to scrap all of this trash and debris here, and if we get rid of all 3 pieces of this broken railing, or I guess 2 pieces, it'll fix the railing. And again, there's another holotape right there if you want to listen to it and pick it up. More boxes of junk to get you a bunch of resources. And yeah, that seems to be it for the cleanup as far as I can see. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for right here. Now we'll start right here. There's a skylight shutter control, and you could open and close the skylight right here. Click on that, it'll close it. Really, really awesome again, and you can click on it and open it back up. So that's really cool right there. As well as we have an aquarium. Look at that. That looks really nice. I'm always a fan of aquariums in player home mods, and this is definitely awesome. And yeah, it just looks really nice. I'm a big fan of that. And there's a water cooler over here. You can drink from it if you would like to. Get a little sip of water from there. Inside of here, we have some more classical radio holotapes inside of there. And we have a nice desk right here, and you could store some pens and pencils inside of there. And I like these little scaled down statues of these lions. They're colored gold and like silver. And this fan, look at that red fan, looks cool. Anyway, this guy was going through some stuff. You can see that he was having a bunch of scribbles on this chalkboard right here. And at this desk, there's a bunch of themed storages. So we have a spot to store your holotapes and a spot to put your Nuka-Cola recipes. Over on this side, there's a spot to put your holotape games. And I think that's it. Oh, you could put your overdue books over here as well. Now let's go into the main bedroom over here. Opening up this door, we'll go back into workshop mode, and we're going to start scrapping and fixing up this room right here. Get rid of all of this trash and debris, take that off of the window, get rid of that nasty stuff on the wall, and scrap this stuff on the floor as well as the stuff on the bed. And you can see I'm pretty sure I got everything. And yeah, this is a cool bedroom over here. So we're going to open this up, and there's some themed storages right here for your armors if you want to put stuff in there, as well as there's a closet drawer that you can go inside of, and there's some hazmat suits in there, and you could, again, just store more stuff everywhere in this place. And there's another song down there if you were curious. We also have a blue suitcase right there for storage, and these also make sounds. And so yeah, those are the figurines that make sound, and there's a Chinese officer sword right there on display. You could take it if you would like to, and I like that little picture right there. A little poster in a frame kind of thing. It looks really nice. As well as there's a Grognak the Barbarian comic right here, and you can look at it. It says it's a comic of Grognak the Barbarian, Jungle of the Bat Babies, and it's opened up. Really cool looking indeed. Now let's go in the bathroom and check this out. So we're gonna go back into the workshop mode and start scrapping away with all of this debris and junk. We'll take this stuff off of the windows, and over here you could fix up the bathtub just by scrapping it, turning it into this nice looking bathtub. Look at that, that looks beautiful. And get rid of that junk right there, and I think we've got everything inside of here as well. So going over here, we have a standing mirror. You could change your hairstyle or color right here, which I'm not going to do, but I'll show you. This is what you could do, and I look pretty weird without my glasses on, so we're going to get out of this right here. I like the rad shades. It makes me look cooler. But anyway, inside of here we have a hamper, a tumble dryer with a bathrobe inside of it, a washing machine, and yeah, hamper, like I just said. Water, you could drink out of that, and there's also a tap you could drink from right there. There's a radio that's turned on. You can't turn that off, it doesn't seem. But inside of here we have a cupboard door that you can open up, and there's themed storages for your Abraxo hygiene products inside of there as well that you can store. And we also just have an empty mirror and a clean teacup. Pretty cool. And you could drink out of the sink. There are 3 clean sinks that you could drink out of. So yeah, that's pretty much that for in here. And if you want to sit on the toilet, you can, but I mean, I don't have a reason to, so. And so now we're over here, and you could see that right here there's this wall, and it looks a little suspicious. We're going to push on it, and pushing the wall causes it to detach, unveiling a secret room. And now we have the detachable fake wall, and if you scrap it, it cannot be recovered. So if you go inside of here and you click on this, you could add the detachable fake wall from your inventory. I'm not going to look for it right now, but you could find it and put it in there, and if you put it inside of there, it'll actually reappear. But anyway, going inside of here, there is going to be a lot of lore, but we're going to check out this room first, and inside of here we have a lot of themed storages. So a bunch of first aid things right there, as well as blood samples can be stored there, chems, medical supplies, surgical tools, and a bunch of themed storages for your power armor as well. Inside of here you can see there's a box of fusion cores you could store, and ammo storages as well, and this right here is your weapons workbench. Right here, this slides over, and this is a sliding shutter that reveals themed storages for weapons, and mini nuke crate right there for themed storage of the mini nukes as well, and a melee weapons themed storage spot right there. Opening up the locker doors, we have even more themed storages for ammo. So you have your special ammo, you have explosives and throwables, weapon mods, armor mods, everything you could think of, missiles, regular ammo right there, special like I just said, and over here is still more special ammo. And then over here on the side we have helmet storage and gas mask storage. Handguns can go inside of there, and heavy weapons can go in there. Now this is really cool. So we're gonna look at this thing, and there are mushrooms. You could look at the mushrooms, and it says I've seen green ones before, but this looks dangerous. You could leave it alone. Now, there's a bunch of technology and weird stuff over here and a dead body. We'll check that out in a second, but this right here, we have an extraction machine, and if we click on it, you could dispense white mushroom extract, which is now in our inventory, and if we go over into the aid section at the very bottom, you could see that there's white mushroom extract that does over 196,000 radiation damage. You do not want to be consuming this at all. So yeah, something suspicious is going on here indeed, and this is experimental fertilizer. So yeah, there's that, but there's a dead body right here. So we're gonna go into workshop mode, and you can see that if you scrap the body, this is M. Summerfield's skeleton, you scrap it and you can remove all of the blood stains throughout the place. You could see there was a bunch of blood stains here, and going downstairs there were blood stains, and on the door and everything. Now that is all gone. All the blood stains are now gone, so that is pretty cool, but there's still a mystery. There is more to uncover. So there's a box right there, you could scrap that, but there's also a general's sidearm. You could take this and look at the texturing on that. That looks beautiful. A marble grip right there, a chrome, like a body to it. I'm not a gun expert, but you know, the chrome barrel and everything. It looks beautiful, and it does a damage of 191. You can see the stats over there. General's sidearm shoots an additional projectile. So shooting it really quickly, you could see that it actually does make 2 bullet holes right there. So that is pretty awesome indeed. Anyway though, there is a book right here, a damaged journal, and if we take it, it says you take the book. We're gonna go in our inventory over to the miscellaneous section and scroll down and read through this. Here it is, Summerfield's journal, damaged, journal entry number 185. I can't stop thinking about that cave. The entire time we spent digging out the hole, I was concerned with that orb and the effect it would have on the environment around it. I hope the depth and dirt are enough to contain the radiation. We're almost sitting right on top of it. After seeing the way the orb manipulated the organic makeup of whatever it came into contact with back in C6, I knew it would impact its current surrounding area to some degree. I just didn't know the scale, or that eventually that it would yield such a positive outcome. Entry number 186 says, my research began when I noticed a lone mushroom that was sitting near the orb's capsule had begun to shift in color over time from the normal irradiated glowing green to a pure blinding white. Over the course of 3 months, the single mushroom had somehow manipulated into a small handful, occupying a tiny concentrated area. Upon entering the cave after 1 year had passed, the changes had grown at a shockingly exponential rate. The orb now had a 360-degree dense ring of white, intensely glowing mushrooms. The air was filled with green and white glowing embers and choking mist. These white mushrooms were gravitating towards the orb, as if feeding off the radioactive glow. It was an absurd development, but one I had intended to reach the bottom of. Entry number 187 says, after gearing up and taking another dose of Rad-X, I ventured down there again for the last time. It's simply far too dangerous to keep going down there, not to mention the fact that if he finds out about it, he'll try putting a stop to it. I need a couple of mushroom samples for my above ground research, and it had to be done in secrecy. I safely obtained a couple of samples and contained them inside of reinforced sealed containers that I had stolen from the labs back in C6 shortly before we escaped. I had retrieved everything I needed. I sealed the entrance once again. I'm going to have to tell him about this sooner or later. That's not a conversation I look forward to. Entry number 188 says, I conversated with him over the span of a few days, and eventually, after I'd explained that I was getting positive results through basic research, he was somewhat in agreement and was even on board for putting together an extraction machine. When the construction was complete and I had finished testing more basic methods of extraction, the time to begin the real experiment was at hand. I spent the following months going through rigorous testing, trials, and experiments, and finally I had a breakthrough. Using a simple fertilizing agent treated with the concentrated extract obtained from the white mushrooms, any residual radiation that had been soaked into the treated soil is broken down into nutrients for the flora growing out of it. Another week has passed since the final application. We've since scattered some seeds and covered the exterior dirt with the experimental fertilizer. The results were quicker and far better than I'd expected. As more time went by, I found myself Commonwealth testing successfully grown crops which were unaffected by Commonwealth's hazardous weather. At first, we were reluctant to consume anything that had been growing out in those radstorms, but after returning multiple positive results from the soil/plant tests and samples, the fresh fruit and vegetables grown in the experimental fertilizer displayed 0 traces of radiation. The food was certainly able to be consumed with no negative side effects. Journal entry number 189 says, "It wasn't long after my previous entry that we'd stepped outside to tap most of the surrounding, healthy maple trees. The results I got back from that were exactly what I had expected. The sap I ran through filters was untainted by radiation. Not only that, it had a much better taste. It wasn't enough to please Carl though. He's still on edge about this whole thing. A turret set off a while back and now he thinks someone is out there. We checked over near the turret that was set off and there wasn't any sign of anybody, not even signs of a fight. I tried to tell him it was probably just more radstags again, but he wasn't going to listen to reason this time, so all I could do was leave him to it. I figured that he'll snap out of it sooner or later." And yeah guys, that's it for the entry, but right here we have Bunker C6 replacement terminal. We're going to look at this right here, property of the USAF. Welcome user number 1, Carl, things to do, and it pretty much talks about he has to repair things inside of the house. And then things done, he linked the 2 military-grade solar panels on the roof and connected them directly to the backup power cell. So we have a power reserve should a fault with the panels occur. I've set up those 5 MKX prototype turrets. I positioned 1 on each corner of the walls outside and 2 either side of the front gate. There's not a lot that'll stand against those things, so we should be safe. I'll still keep an eyeball out for potential threats. I just need to keep checking in on them. The water pump for the pond is running smoothly. Made a few adjustments and it's working out without a hitch. Retuned the upright piano that's sitting in the main room of the manor. While it wasn't needed, it should bring us both entertainment. There's only so many times I can listen to those classical holotapes. Anyway, I gave it a good clear out and it's almost good as new. I played pretty well back when I was younger and now I should be able to recreate those 2 pieces of music I heard a few times during the gunfights back in those tunnels. I still don't know if I was just imagining it or it was real. All I know is I remember the music clear as day. Solar panel diagnostics. Link number 1, solar panel, and it shows you the status of it. It's working, average power output 12%. Link number 2, solar panel, and it gives you the statistics of it right there. Going through, we have the power saving controls, exterior locked. And now right here we have A-2, B-4, C6, D8, and E10. And you click on these, running in offline mode. No connection established if we click on these. And yeah, that's pretty much it for these. They're not connected at all. You can see, but with this one is running in offline mode. This is the terminal for Bunker C6. We're gonna go check out where the actual cave is where they found the mushrooms. But first I want to state that get the hazmat suit from the bedroom, because if you don't, you're gonna die. So get the dirty hazmat suit, put it on, and you'll be good to go. So bring that, and I was told to bring a weapon because we're probably gonna need it. I don't know if there's enemies in there, or I think it's just to destroy some things, but anyway, we're gonna go inside of it right now. So we're gonna go around the back of the house, and I think it's right here. Yes, this is where it is. Rocks and dirt. You're gonna inspect that, and it says the dirt and scattered rocks on the ground show signs of being recently disturbed. There's also a shovel on the floor, so you're gonna inspect the shovel or use it, and you're gonna dig out a path, and it reveals a cave. So we're gonna go inside of the cave right now and check out what's inside. Now in here you're going to see that it's all boarded up, so we're going to shoot with our trusty new weapon and break these boards and get through. If we could just destroy it, we could do it. Come on, we got this. And yeah, we shot our way through. Now it says keep out, and if you go down there without using this rope, you will die. So use the rope, you tie the rope to the support beam and drop it in the hole, and we're going to click on the rope and climb down it. And now inside of here you can see that they've been excavating the place even more, and yeah, this is where they've been digging it out. And they found the mushrooms. So we're gonna break this yet again. Some more stuff in our way. Just shoot it out of the way. I think we can just jump over this now. Yeah, and there it is. Wow, look at that glow. Look at that light. Wow, these are the mushrooms. Now, if you don't have this on, I am sure, and I'm going to put some Rad-X on as well, consume some of that just in, oh my, you can see that it shot up to like 300 rads per second right there for a minute. I don't know if I should jump or, oh, okay. We use the ladder as a bridge. That's what it is. So click on the ladder on the right. You drop the ladder over the hole, creating a bridge. I'm going to use some more Rad-X right now. This doesn't look, oh my, okay, let me go back for a second, because every time I use Rad-X, it just brings me up even more. I should have been using Rad-Away. But anyway, alright, so let's go inside of here and okay, alright, let's grab the glowing orb. The radiation increases the closer I get. The surrounding eerie mushroom seems to be drawn towards its radioactive glow. I don't doubt that touching the orb would be fatal. I need to get out of here. And yeah, that's what we gotta do. We have to go right now, because you could see that even without a radiation suit on it, without a hazmat suit on, you'd be instantly dead. The damage resistance, the radiation resistance right now is 999. Without this, obviously it's gonna do a lot more. And you know what, let's test it out. You know what, why not? I'll show you guys how much damage this actually does to you, even with some Rad-X equipped. We'll even put some more Rad-X on. I know it's probably not doing anything right now. We're probably like at the limit of Rad-X that will even benefit us. But anyway, we'll take the hazmat suit off, and this is how much it does to you when you get near it. Instant death. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the cave itself. Now this mod adds in over 130 plus workshop items as stated in the description of the mod. Now this was every single item that I personally was able to find, and I think I got all of them. So it adds in a bunch of different seating chairs over here. You can see you could put all of these different ones anywhere. I'm not even in the actual player home right now, and I'm still able to use them. So it's pretty awesome that you have a bunch of new items that you don't have to use only at the player home. You could use them at your actual main settlements as well. So a bunch of different beds over here and some suitcases that you could store items in. These are all storage, as well as this right there, pre-war toolbox. All of these you could store items in. Washing machines, everything. And it just keeps going on. Magazine racks, different colors, all of these different types of things right here. Shelves pre-war. And it just keeps going. There's a bunch of different new rugs over here you could see, and this one is my personal favorite right here, Boston 2076. This reminds me of something from like BioShock Infinite. I don't know if anyone else sees it like that, but yeah, anyway, going through you could still see that there's even more. We have different flags: Hubris, Baseball, Nuka-Cola, Nuka Dark, Wild, Vim, and another Vim right there. Now going over here, there's also table mats with food on them, so you could have these out on display for people to look like they're sitting at the table and eating. And yeah, just on different types of mats. It's really cool, as well as these ones actually blend in with the surface that they're on. We have some artificial plants. I'm pretty sure these are from the Institute, so that's really awesome. I'm actually a big fan of this plant, and I would really love to use this in future settlements, so this is awesome to have, as well as we still have some more artificial ones over here. This has been added. You can now use this and place this in a settlement now, and a bunch of different radiators over here, and you could place a trash can, Mr. Handy Box, and the fuel, and finally the water cooler. And that's it for all of the items that I was able to find. I'm pretty sure that's everything though. So let's go through the place one more time and look at it without the Pip-Boy light on, so you could see it without that bright light. You could see like it just, you know, it doesn't look as good with the Pip-Boy light on. So you could see, just looking through, it's all fixed up in here, and you could see, just look at everything with the shadows, especially this. I really like the look of this area with the Pip-Boy light on right there next to the fire. And yeah, this area looks beautiful. This entire place is a really amazing player home. So here we go again. This is the kitchen area. Going inside of here, the workshop, and now we're gonna take a look outside. Now going out here, we're on the porch area, and we could see that this is a new feature. There's maple sap buckets, and you could harvest this. It'll give you maple sap, and you could see it'll be in your inventory. You could eat it. where is it? Right here. It gives you 105 AP, and you can see right here they were actually corking it up and putting it in bottles and whatnot right there, so that looks pretty cool indeed. And then over here all along this place you can lean against the railings in different poses. This one you'll lean backwards, and this one you'll lean forwards like this. Now just go into third person to see yourself leaning against the railing, and yeah, it looks really nice indeed. But I think this is a good spot to end it at, guys. This player home is really good. I mean, I'm pretty sure I showed off everything, and once again guys, I really hope you do enjoy. I mean, it's a great player home. It's one of I would say it's the best player home I've seen on PlayStation 4, so I would definitely recommend checking this out, guys, because it's awesome, honestly, and it's very lore friendly. So for those of you people who like lore friendly mods, this will really fit. It has a big backstory to it, and it's very customizable. It's a very customizable home, and honestly it's just gorgeous to look at. So once again guys, go download this mod, give it a rating, and I would really appreciate if you could do that, because Sync put a lot of work into this mod, and you could just tell. I mean, a lot of effort went into this, guy, so definitely go check it out and show some support over there. It would mean a lot to even me, because really quickly I just want to say this as like a thank you to all of the mod authors. There's so many. I don't want to name too many in specific, but there are so many. I mean, for example, there's Madrox, Sync, there's Wolf, Vargan, and even Julissa, and I've had so many other people in the past that have come to me and either thanked me for showing off one of their mods or even asked me to show off one of their mods, like Sync did with this one, and it just means a lot to me that I'm recognized by you guys like that. And I don't know, it's without mod authors like these, I wouldn't be able to show off things like this, and I don't know, I really appreciate it. So yeah guys, if you enjoy a mod, if you could support it in any way, then definitely do it, because it helps everyone out at the end of the day. And even if it's just a rating on the mod, it will help out the mod author immensely. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Just a thank you to the mod authors, and thank you for the viewers for constantly supporting content like this. It means a lot. This is PS4 mods, and I'm still getting views on it. You know, we get shafted by Bethesda, to put it lightly. You know, we get the bad end of it, and at the end of the day, mod authors find a way to pull through it, and the community is great, and I really like it. So thank you guys so much for watching. A big outro, I know, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to do it. This video is extremely long anyway, so why not? But I'm gonna wrap it up here, because I know you guys are sick and tired of hearing me. That's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter, it's linked in the description, and that's it guys. Go support this mod, it is awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.